My name is Cody Paul.
Jeanette Rodriguez.
And I'm Erica Ray. In today's experiment, we tested multiple chemical antiseptics and their effects on E. coli. The experimental question that we asked was, which antiseptic is going to be most effective at inhibiting the growth of the E. coli? We used hydrogen peroxide, mouthwash, rubbing alcohol, hand sanitizer, and a distilled beverage.
Now, I know our viewers are probably asking, why did we use a distilled beverage? I mean, we don't use liquor to disinfect anything nowadays.
Well, I can tell you about that. Back starting in the 1800s, before all the development with antiseptics started, they actually used different forms of liquor, like whiskey, wine. The Romans actually used wine, and to disinfect because of its properties. And so, coming into our time now, I mean, we don't use it anymore as much, unless you're stranded, I guess, in the woods. We use it to disinfect whatever pets are inside of our bodies that goes along with where you're drinking it. But we do not use it to disinfect as much anymore. That's where we get a lot of our current stuff from.
Nice. So what we did, our procedure, was we took 5 agar plates and we swabbed them with E. coli. Then using a hole puncher, we hole punched little discs, paper and paper. We used paper and paper towel, and we used these discs as the antibiotic discs that we placed on the agar plates, and we grew them.
Okay.
For 3 days.
Very cool. So, after we grew them for 3 days, what happened next was we took them out, and we'll show you some pictures of what they look like during this study. And so, after we did that, we looked at the growth, and whenever you see the pictures, you can see where we have the paper towel inside the plate, and it's split into 2 halves. So, where you see the paper towel, and then there's a ring around that nothing grew. And that's what we were looking for, is we were looking for that little, it's called the zone of inhibition, where it inhibits bacteria from growing. So that's where the different chemical antiseptics just stop it. So, after looking at that, we measured it, and the one that worked the most was hydrogen peroxide, with a growth of about 2 centimeters, or a lack of growth, I guess we should say, about 2 centimeters of inhibition. And then after that, we have mouthwash and hand sanitizer. They come in about the same amount. And then rubbing alcohol. But last was the liquor. So, America, this is your public service warning. Do not pour your liquor on your body. Just drink it.
Just drink it. Just drink it.
Go get some hand sanitizer.
Please, just
No.
No.
Thirsty people.
Yes. Why do you think? What surprised me is that rubbing alcohol wasn't
come in first, right?
Didn't come in first. It was actually hydrogen peroxide, and then mouthwash, hand sanitizer, then followed by rubbing alcohol, and then last, of course, our distilled beverage. Hand sanitizer is actually really good, but remember, it was not rubbed until dry. So, read the directions on the back of the hand sanitizer. It wasn't,
Right.
So I'm pretty sure it would have done way better, Of course, we're applying it on our hands, we're rubbing it until dry, and so that's how it works.
Right.
So this doesn't, it wasn't, rubbed, it's just, we're just dipped on there. So.
Okay. Well, I think one of the things to look at for this is that, different types of alcohol are going to have different types of effect on different types of bacteria. We use E. coli, but say we had staph or MRSA or any other type of bacteria. That the type of properties that alcohol gives to the bacteria and to the environment of bacteria, that could really significantly change based on which bacteria respond to it in different ways. So there's just properties within, alcohols and the hydrogen peroxide that disinhibited growth. So that's
Gotcha. What do you think we could have done to make this, for it to be a little bit more efficient? Did you see anywhere where we probably messed up? It could have been, like, if we were to do it again, how would it be better? How do you think our results could have been better?
one thing I would say, like I agree with Cody, using different types of bacteria just to give you a different view, I guess.
Yeah, like a broader range.
Exactly. What Right, and how they work and which ones work best.
Yeah.
And maybe,
That's
you know,
true.
have your volunteers with pep on their hands and, you know, just see what that'd be fun.
Do we have any volunteers?
No. We couldn't do that. We get sued. No, but we sign a waiver that, yeah, for sure. We don't want to get sued here. Yeah, I think so too. I think we could have done that. Maybe use bacteria with pigment in it. You know, so.
That would help with viewership.
Yeah, for sure. The E. coli looks almost the same color as the otter plates. I mean, you can see the stone on there. You'll be able to do it. Yeah, use pigment. You know, like Staphylococcus aureus or something.
Right.
Or rosias.
Well, I mean, I think for purposes of this experiment, that worked out well.
It did. It really did. I mean, we used hydrogen peroxide. We have all these, you know, in our house. Not sure if we have solar origins, but
It should.
yes. Mom and Dad has it in the liquid. Hydrogen peroxide, which is great. It works great. Look at that. I mean, we use this to clean mouthwash.
Right. We use every day.
Or, you know, people who don't need to.
Get you some.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, I think I liked our experiment.
So, in conclusion, the main thing that worked was the hydrogen peroxide. It killed the most bacteria that changed the effects of the surroundings.
All right, so that concludes our show for today.
Are y'all ready?
Yeah!
Woo!